Galettes are rustic, freeform pies that are not only easy to make, but they're absolutely beautiful too. Today, I'm combining apricots, which by the way is my favorite summer fruit, with raspberries and some other interesting spices to make this a totally unique dessert. First, I'm going to start by making my pie dough. In a food processor, I'm combining 2 cups of all-purpose flour, half a teaspoon of granulated sugar, and 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. I'll pulse it until the mixture comes together. Next, I'm adding in 1½ cups of very cold butter that I've cut into small chunks. The cold butter is really important because you don't want it to melt into the dough. I'll tell you more about it later, but now I'll continue pulsing again until I get small random pieces like this. If you don't have a food processor, a cheese grater is a wonderful tool for this step. Just make sure that you're using frozen butter. Finally, I'm adding in 3 tablespoons of ice-cold water to bring everything together. I'll mix everything together until it forms into a dough ball. Then I'll pour it onto my working surface that I've lined with plastic wrap. See those small specks of butter in there? Those small specks of butter create air pockets when you bake it, making the dough super light and flaky. If you were to use room temperature butter, it would just melt into the dough, creating almost like a shortbread cookie instead of a pie crust. Now I'll chill my dough for about 30 minutes while I work on my fruit filling. I'm starting with about 2 pounds of apricots where I'll pit and slice and place them into a bowl. Next, I'll add in a pint of fresh raspberries, 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger, 1 teaspoon of almond extract, and half a teaspoon of vanilla extract to amp up the flavor. The mix of these spices pairs so well with the apricots, and it really brings out the flavor of the fruit. I'll just mix it well and set it aside. Now that my dough has chilled for a bit, I'm going to dust my working surface and cut the dough into quarters. I'll roll out the small pieces of dough into somewhat of a circular shape. It doesn't have to be perfect because I want this to look rustic and freeform. Then I'll scoop about half a cup of the fruit mixture onto the dough and arrange it into a pretty pattern. Now I'll sprinkle on a little bit of almond slices and fold the dough over half of the fruit, leaving the center open so you can see all the pretty fruits. I'll repeat the process until I use everything up, and then I'll make my egg wash. I'll just crack an egg, pour in about a tablespoon of cream or milk, and mix it well. Now I'll brush the mixture onto my dough, then sprinkle it with some raw sugar. This egg wash will give the dough a beautiful golden color when it bakes. I'll transfer the galettes onto a baking sheet lined with parchment paper, and I'll bake them at 375 degrees for 30 to 35 minutes until the dough is golden brown and the fruit is bubbling. Ta-da! It's finally done. I'll let it cool for about 10 minutes before serving. The almond extract and ginger smell so good. This apricot raspberry galette is best served with a big scoop of vanilla ice cream. I love how the ice cream just melts onto the fruit, giving it a creamy, fruity, yummy bite. The apricots are nice and tart, and I can really taste the almond extract in here. I like making these galettes into single serving size because who wants to share when they're this good? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more delicious recipes. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!